Okay, so first question says, you're trying to negate those statements, right? Some restaurants offer takeout deals. What's the negation of some restaurants offer takeout deals?
No restaurant offer takes out jail.
Right. So the opposite of some do is none. So that's right. Okay, second one. Some heroes don't wear capes. The opposite would be
All heroes wear capes.
yes, all heroes do wear capes, right? So opposite of some don't is all do. Number 3, no people hate ice cream. The opposite would be
Some people hate ice cream.
yeah, some people do hate ice cream or hate ice cream. You don't have to have the do. It's okay either way. Okay, number 4, all women love babies. The negation would be
Justin, the number 3.
yeah.
Is it okay if it's it doesn't have like do?
Yeah, if you just wrote some people hate ice cream, that's fine. They mean the same thing.
What about the number 2?
All heroes wear capes. Yeah, same thing. You can say all heroes wear capes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, number 4, all women love babies. The opposite would be some women do not love babies. Like that, yeah. Okay, move on to number 5. Number 5 through 8. These are where we're using those symbol statements P, Q, and R. P is I pooped this morning, Q is it's hot, and R is today's a good day. So that first sentence, you have an if-then statement. Yeah, R
and Q.
Not Q, right? Not hot, not Q.
Yeah, not Q to P.
To P, right. Exactly. Yeah. Number 6, if it is hot or I did not poop this morning, then today is a good day. So another arrow statement, if then statement. The left side is hot or I did not poop. So it should be
Q or not P to R.
Q or not P, yeah, to R, right. I put parentheses this time. It doesn't matter actually. You can include it or not include it. I think we talked about this a few times, but whether you have it or not doesn't matter in this instance because order of operations. But I'll just put it there to be extra clear. Okay, this time we're going in the opposite direction. So we're writing the symbols as statements. So P or not Q would be, I pooped this morning, or it is not hot. And R would be, today's a good day. In between, you should have an if then. So the first part is if. If I poop this morning,
it is not hot, then today
is not hot, then today is a good day.
Yeah, right. Then today is a good day. Just like that. Yeah, it's good. And then number 8, you have an if and then, if and only if statement. So left side is today is a good day. That should be followed by if and only if.
If I did not poop this morning, if and only.
Yeah. So it should be like this. Today is a good day if and only if, and then what you just said. I did not poop this morning.
If today is good day, if and only if I did not poop this morning, and it is not hot.
Yeah, except you don't need the if at the very beginning. You just need the if and only if in the middle. So like this. Yeah, if and only if just in the middle of the two.
Okay.
What if I put today is a good day if I did not put this morning and it is not hot?
So that would only be one half of the double arrow.
Oh, okay.
You need the only if for the other half of the double arrow.
So it will be needing like if and only if?
Yeah. Right. You need the if and only if. Okay, are you ready for number 9?
Yeah.
Okay. So number 9, just practice same like last time. Actually, we're using almost the same question, except we just changed around the truth values. So this time P is false, Q is true, and R is true. So as always, we start by just writing our original statement and then replacing that with the truth values. So P was false, Q is true, R is true. Then we just work from the parentheses outwards, right? Parentheses first, false or true is going to be
True and
true,
true.
yeah. So true and true.
True and true and true.
And true, yeah, that becomes true, right? So the answer is just true. And then part B, same thing. Start with my question and replace it with the truth values. I'll leave the answer for part A there. And then next, inside the parentheses, but within the parentheses, the first thing that should happen is the negation. So I'm going to take that negation, and at the same time, I'm going to take the negation for that not T in the right side. So did you guys get this?
Yeah.
False and false and false. Okay. And then false and false is false. False in between with an and in between. And false. That should be false, yeah. Okay, letter C. Same thing again. Start with the original statement, replace it with the truth values. And then work inside the parentheses first. So false and true is false, right?
False.
Yes,
Yeah.
false.
And then we get false to true, which is
True.
true, yeah, true. So the final answer is just true. All right, letter D. Sorry, let me get this out of the way for now. Okay, so the original statement, and then I'm just replacing that with the truth values. The first thing I should do here is inside the parentheses before I attack on this negation. In parentheses first, so for false or true is true.
True.
Yeah. And then I have the negation still though. So that's gonna
False
become
to true.
Yeah, yeah.
False to true.
False and true, right?
False.
Which is what?
True. False.
False, yeah, because it's a double arrow. Yeah, double arrow means they have to match to be correct, yeah. See someone's arm in your video, Chelsea.
That's my mini me.
Nice. Hi.
You should need one already, Justin.
Huh?
You should have a one.
I do.
Really?
Yeah, he actually interrupted my class this morning. Opened the door on his own. He just started opening doors. Okay, guys. Number 10, we're skipping because that's just practice. Yeah, we actually did that last time. Practice with the basic connectives operations. So I'm not going to go over that one. You can find it on the last video. It's the same thing. Okay, number 11. So number 11, this is the chart, the empty chart. This is the thing we're trying to build, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to build this, I would need a not P or Q. That's this piece right here. But to build that piece, I need a not P. So here's the not P. And then I need this piece on the right, P and not Q. That's this guy right here. But to build that, I'll need a not Q. So there it is right there. See if you guys can fill out the rest of that right there.
It's not tautology.
You're right. It's not a tautology. I'll give everyone a minute to just fill it in first.
Oh my god.
What?
This is the laziest day.
It is a lazy day, huh? Have you had a lot of lazy days being in quarantine? Oh, you've been working actually, yeah? You've been working.
Yeah. But it's still the laziest.
Yeah.
It's hot, yeah?
Huh?
It's hot. It's warm.
Yeah, it is a little warm. There's no wind. It's a good day for surf. Well, yesterday actually, it was nice. Oh, you want me to still work? Okay, let's go. Let's fill this thing in. So not P, all we're doing is reversing the original P. So if it was true, true, false, false, now it's going to be false, false, true, true, right? So it should look like that. And then Q, reversing that to not Q, it's going to change to false, true, false, true. Yeah. And then not P or Q. Here's not P, here's Q. We're combining these two guys with an OR. So for OR statements, remember, the one I want to look for is if they're both false, because that's when it's false. In all other cases, it's true. So here's the false one right here in the second row. You fill that in. And then the rest are going to be true. Okay, P and not Q. Here's P, here's not Q. And connecting them means they both have to be true to be true. So that's, again, the second row where they're both true. That's the only time it happens. So right here it should be true. And everything else is going to be false. So there's the true right there. And everything else is going to be false. Okay, last thing. So I'm connecting here. This is the left side. This is the right side. And connecting them is the conditional statement arrow. So remember, that guy is false only in one occasion. If I started off true on the left, ended up false on the right. And actually, I have 3 occurrences of that, yeah? One here, one here, one here. So those are the falses. The first, third, and fourth row. And then there's one true, which is that other one, last remaining one. So to answer the question though, like you said, Zara, no, it's not a tautology. So the answer is no.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on, you guys okay so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So next one, this is the original statement. If Q, then not R, and then we just want to write the converse, inverse, and contrapositive.
Did you just get up? Did you just get up? Did you just get up? What are you watching? What are you watching? Netflix?
Okay, guys, here we go. Converse is just reverse the order.
Is that from Netflix?
Not all.
Converse is not R to Q.
Right. We just exactly. We just switch it around. Inverse, we keep the order the same, and in reverse, so it should be negation
Not Q
Q
to
yeah,
R.
to R, correct. Yeah. And then contrapositive, you can just reverse the inverse.
R to not Q.
Yeah, take the converse of the inverse, which is R to not Q, right?
The number 13 to number 15, I guess. That's the one that I got confused. Or I mean the number 13.
Number 13?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at it. So 13 is an if-then statement, right? We're trying to negate it. So that's where, actually, this is just like the last one we did in the previous review. You have to remember this. Negation of an if-then. You keep the left exactly as it is. You change to an and then you negate whatever the right side was. Yeah,
Okay.
so in this case, we have an if-then statement. The left side is I take my vitamins. So it's going to start like that. I take my vitamins.
It's so P to not Q.
P2 not Q is the original, right? So the result of the negation is going to be P and Q, right? So I take my vitamins and I get sick, or I do get sick. Or, I think it sounds more natural in the terms of the English to replace and with but. I remember those are logically equivalent, right? And or but, doesn't matter. You could stick with and, you're still correct. But to say I take my vitamins, but I do get sick, or I did get sick, maybe. I think that sounds kind of like more of a natural thing that you might say.
So that one is like a logical then? Logic?
No.
No.
What is the question?
The number 13.
Yeah.
That one is like a logic, yeah?
I mean, we're doing logic, yeah, this whole time. Everything is logic. But the question is an if-then statement, right? And an if-then statement negates to an and statement. So this is the pattern we're following right here. We actually did this in class. We proved this negation is P and not Q in class when we were going over 3.3. And that's just
I answered is P to not Q, and then the double arrow to not P and Q.
Oh yeah. Right.
I base it on the
right.
word.
Yeah, so that's what this is saying right here. The negation of P to Q, the double arrow is saying that it's equivalent. So what the negation is, that's the place taking the place of this is P and not Q. Yeah.
So I'm still right or wrong?
What did you write as your final answer? This should be your final answer. This English sentence: I take my vitamins.
Oh.
And I do get sick. That's the answer.
Shit.
So you might have written out the symbolic version of it, but you have to convert it to English afterwards. Yeah, so like the question says, I don't get sick. So if you're to do our version, I'm going to just change it around here. It would be if I take my vitamins, then I don't get sick. That's if Q is I get sick, right? So the negation would be I take my vitamins P and I do get sick, Q. Negation if not Q. Okay, so number 14. This is using De Morgan's laws. To negate an and statement, we switch to an or statement and we negate either side, right? So negation of the P on the left is not P. Negation of not Q on the right is a regular Q. It's like that. Not P or Q. Is that okay with you guys?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Okay, number 15. This is actually just like the problem we did earlier in number 13. Again, we have an if-then statement. So to start, when we negate an if-then statement, we have an and statement. Yeah, we leave the left exactly as it is. We replace the arrow with an and sign. And then what we're going to do is we're going to negate the right side. But when I negate the right side, I want to keep that together as one piece. So I want to put it in parentheses like this. And the thing I want to put in parentheses is the negation. So the negation here, we're going to use De Morgan's laws again. We'll take the opposite of Q, switch the or to an and the opposite of R. So it's going to look like that. Negation Q and negation R. That's the final answer right there.
So you don't need to change the not P.
No, you don't change the not P. So if you look back to how we did negations here for the if then.
Oh, because the if, yeah.
Yeah, it stays the same. Yeah, the left side stays the same for if then. Okay, I'm going to change that reminder back to what originally was because I want to keep the most what do you call general case. All right, we're looking back at number 16 now. Number 16, we have this argument. If you give a mouse a cookie, then he'll ask for a glass of milk. The mouse did not ask for a glass of milk, therefore you did not give the mouse a cookie. This is from an old children's book. If you give a mouse a cookie. Well, let's translate to symbols. If you give a mouse a cookie, he'll ask for a glass of milk. Sorry, what did you say?
P to Q, not Q, therefore not P.
Yeah. Right. So P to Q is if I give a mouse a cookie, he did not ask for milk, and then therefore you did not give him the cookie. So that's therefore not P.
So valid?
That is valid, yeah. Here you have the left to the right. This is the negation of the right, negation of the left. That is the contrapositive pattern. So that makes it valid by indirect reasoning.
So that's indirect reasoning?
That's indirect reasoning, yeah, because this is a contrapositive, yeah.
What if it's direct? Isn't it?
Direct would be this, it would have to go from left to right, and then the next one would be the left side, and then the right side. So this would have to be P and then Q, given this if P then Q statement. Okay, number 17. These ones I'm just gonna look at with you together. So let's look at 17 here. All right, here I have the left side, not P, the right side, Q. This here is the left side again, right? And the N is the right side. So I went from left to right, that is direct reasoning. So that is valid direct reasoning. Like that. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, now number 18. Here's number 18 on the right. We have the left side, we have the right side. This here is the right side. And conclude the left side. So we went from left to right, then from right to left. That is the converse pattern, which makes it
Invalid.
invalid. Yeah, invalid. That's the fallacy of the converse. Right. Okay, number 19. We got the left side, we got the right side. This is the negation of the left side, right? Not P negated is P. And the negation of the right side, that's not negation of not Q is back to Q. So negation left, negation right, that's the inverse pattern, which makes it, again, invalid, fallacy of the inverse. Okay, and the last one of this type, number 20. So we have what's looking like a chain, right? Either it's going to be a false chain or it's going to be a transitive reasoning, because I got two arrows here. Here, following the arrows from P to R, then from R to Q. That looks okay because these guys are matching up, right? The R's match. As long as these match up, then that's okay. Then I have to check the conclusion. Does the conclusion go in the right direction? It goes from P all the way to Q. So P all the way to Q. Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. That's a transitive reasoning. Also acceptable would have been if I had said not Q to not P, because that would be the contrapositive of this statement, which we know to be equivalent to the original. So you could also have said that, and you have been correct. Okay, so 21. This is the question where you have to make the frequency distribution, stem and leaf plot, blah blah blah. I'm gonna actually switch to the whiteboard for this one. Okay. Before I do that though, let's just write the things in order. That's what I have here. So this is the numbers rewritten in order. And there should be 12 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so that's good. In case you forgot, if you want to make sure my screen stays big for the whiteboard, there's the 3 dots on the top right corner if you hover your mouse over mine. And then click on pin video. Okay, so the frequency distribution, pretty straightforward, right? You just write the values on the left, and then the numbers of times they appear, or their frequencies on the right. Stem and leaf plot, also pretty straightforward. You just have the ones, you got the 10s, you get the 20s, and that's it. That's all we got. There's no 30s or more. So we have 2 5s, 5, 5. We got an 8. We got 3 10s. We got an 11, a 12, a 15, 2 20s, and a 22. Right there, that's the stem and leaf plot. Okay, and then finally we want the bar graph. Bar graph, pretty straightforward too. You just have your frequencies on the left. In the bottom, you have the values. Oh, it's 5, 8, 10, 11, 12, 15, 20, and 22. And then you just draw the bars. So 5, there's 2. Should go up to 2. 8, there's 1, so just up to 1. 10 is 3. Nothing crazy going on here, just drawing my bar graph.
You're
12
just
is 1.
grade 1, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this part is, I mean, like, you did this a long time ago, right? Yeah, it's true. And then 22 is just 1. Oh, wait. My line's not so straight. These are a little lower, I think.
That's what I thought.
Wow, thanks. Thanks, Zara. Okay, and then 1. Something like that. Okay, now that I've drawn it, I'm gonna erase it. Here you go.
Okay.
All that hard work
You know, so much
just
work.
out the door.
So much work. Should be compensated. Oh wait, I am compensated. Okay, lastly is the line graph. Line graph, when you do it, make sure that you just have a line on the bottom, like an actual line, like a continuum. Here's your frequencies. 1, 2, 3 is the max. I'm gonna start from 0 because my first value is pretty close to 0, 5. So 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, and then I just plot my values. 5, there's 2. So there's my first dot. 8, there's 1. 8 is right around here. There's a 1. 10 is up to 3. So here's 10 at 3. Oh, that's not straight again. Sorry, Zara.
Don't be so silly.
Zara, stop yelling at me. Okay, 11 is 1. 12 is 1. 15 is 1. And then 20 is 2. About there. And 22 is at 1. It's like this. And then we just connect the dots. Oh, that's kind of off. There we go.
You can do it.
Thank you for your encouragement. That's pretty straight.
Yes.
Just draw the dots to match. Okay. That's a
Good
line graph. Thank you. Thanks. So just a reminder, if you wanna prevent people from popping up in your screen, then you can click on the gallery view, and then everyone will be the same size. And then if you want to pin a video to keep it big, then you click on the pin video on the top right. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the sharing screen now. And I'm gonna move to my comfortable position. All right, we just have a few more to do. These are the ones from chapter 14. And I have 10% left on my battery, so I think I should make it before we have to charge. Okay, so number 22, we have the same set of data points. By the way, these data points are representing the number of marshmallows that you can fit into your mouth, or a person can fit into their mouth. So the first question asks for the mean, and to do that, we're just going to use the calculator. This one. And I did it already, so I'm just going to point it out to you. Here it is. Yeah, we just type in mean for the mean and our values. Hit enter and it pops out. Just to remind you that what does the mean? You just add them all together, divide by how many there are, right? This is what you get. Going around just to the first decimal place for now for everything. So the mean is about 12.3. All right, for the median, you want the value that's right in the middle, right? But when you do that, make sure that you have things listed in order. So it's going to be just like this list I have written out here. Then I want the thing that's directly in the middle, but there are actually 12 things, so there's not an exact middle. It's going to be the 6th and 7th thing that are in the middle. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that guy
10.5.
and the one after it, right? 10.5. It's the average of these two. 10 plus 11 divided by 2, which is halfway between 10 and 11. 10.5 is correct. All right, the mode is just the thing that appears most often with it, which is 10. If nothing appears most often, then we just say there is no mode. The range is the largest value, 22, minus the smallest, 5. That gives us 17.
17.
Yep. And then standard deviation, back to the calculator. So if we do it by hand, remember it's like really long and tedious, right? I take the mean, I gotta subtract each value, square that, add it all up together, divide by the total minus 1. But rather than do that, I'm just gonna replace mean with STDV for standard deviation. And there's my answer right there. Easy. So again, we're rounding to just 1 decimal place for now. When you guys do the actual test, pay attention to what the question asks. It will tell you how many decimal places they want. So just pay attention. This one, I'm just going to do 1 for now. So 5.7. Okay, so far so good, guys?
Yes.
No.
No?
Oh,
you-
yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're answering the question if you have any questions. The answer is no, right? That's what it was. Okay.
I don't have questions. Thank you.
That's what I thought. Okay, number 23. The question asks us, what does it ask us? I forget. Actually, I know, but I don't know the exact wording. Find a number of marshmallows fitting in someone's mouth corresponding to z value of z equal to 1.2. So in other words, that's a person who can stuff more marshmallows in their face than average by 1.2 standard deviations. All right, so the thing we want to use here is a particular value x. You're looking at 23 here. Particular value x is equal to the mean, x bar, plus the number of standard deviations, that's z, times the size of the standard deviation, that's s. Okay, so what is that in our case? Well, the mean was 12.3. Yeah, z is 1.2 and s is 5.7. Except when I actually do it, I should always keep more accuracy than necessary until the end. Because that's gonna make sure that you round to the right digit. So I'm gonna plug in the long version. Oh shucks, I erased it already, but. Oh, here, let's do this. Yeah, so here's the long version, yeah? And here's the long version of the standard deviation. Here, let's cut that out. Yeah, so here's the long version of the mean, long version of the standard deviation. That's the thing I'm gonna plug in. And I should get 19.2, blah, blah, blah. But again, just round to wherever they tell you. Right now, we're just rounding to the first decimal, so 19.2 marshmallows. So this is someone that can fit an unusual amount of marshmallows into their face. 19.2, that's a lot. All right, 24. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. So 24 and 25, 26, this is where we're using the standard distribution table. In case you lost it, just go back to resources on the Laulima page and look at normal distribution table. Or the questions usually have a link to it if it's asking you to use it. The first one is asking for a z-score of?
1.35.
1.35, thank you. So 1.3 here, lining up with 0.05. 1.35 is right here, 4115. And as a decimal, as a decimal, it's 0.4115, but as a percentage, that would be what? 41.5, 41.15, yeah.
I was talking, I was in mute.
Good job. Okay, 25. What's the Z value?
2.22.
2.22, yeah.
Negative.
Negative 2.22. But if you look at our picture, it's symmetric. So from here to positive 2.22 is the same as from 0 to negative 2.22. So I can just look up the positive. 2.2, 2.20, 2.0, 2.21, 2.22 right here, 48.68%. So there it is. And 26 was 3.08, right? That's right at the cusp of our table.
49.90.
Yeah, right. 3.08 is right there. 49.90%. Yeah. Okay, I have 5% left to my battery, so it should be good. Last question is.
No, that's risking it. That's risking it. I would plug in.
Nah.
He knows it.
All right.
5% lasts me like
It's like
half an hour.
If you're
Yeah, exactly.
right.
It's like a car. You want to run your battery till it's close to ending, anyways, right? Because then you get more charges that way. Okay. Anyways, number 27, last one.
Yay!
Yay! This is just like question number
27. Oh,
number
23.
23. Yeah, like 23. It's the values, the mean plus standard deviations times S. So our mean is 8.4. Z is minus 2.2.
Negative 2.2. Oh, you said
Yeah.
minus. Yeah, stupid.
Yeah. Oh, why isn't this going? What? Oh, yeah. I see. My computer is moving slow because my battery is low. Yeah. So 8.4 minus 2.2 times 1.3 standard deviation, right? And then you just plug that in and chug it out, and you should get
5.54.
right. 5.54. Yeah. So about 5.5 cans of Spam. That means. These are, of course, inflated numbers because I don't think the average number of cans of Spam is 8.4 at the current moment. I think there's a shortage of Spam, probably. Okay. I think that's it, guys. That's it. I'm going to stop the recording now. And we can just talk story.